Just me and my lonesome self here this morning's show. I miss Haas. Can't wait to have him back next week. He is good at breaking down the DD. I'm more of a chartist myself. I'm good at reading the charts and technicals, but when it comes to breaking down the DD, Haas is the man. VLNX just pulled up on my scanner. That's Vision Plasma Systems. Victor, Larry, Nancy, X-Ray. Last traded at 12 cents. 20% gain so far. It's traded 50,000 shares, and that's on one trade. It's up 2 cents. VLNX. Just typed it up in the chat room for those of you who want to put it on your watch list. I like catching these stocks that have pre-market volume. Sometimes that tends to transition into more increased volume during the day. Let's meander over to our board, see if there's anything people are talking about over there. TTDZ. We had a nice move yesterday off at TTDZ. It's a trip zero stock. And got Jay talking about it on our board. Major breakout continuation, daily annotated chart. Yeah, my computer is not working good today. For some reason, I'm having some technical difficulties. $500% gain yesterday, TTDZ, on 355 million shares. Here's his little annotated chart that we see. He shows the downtrend, making the lines off of the highs and the lows. And you could see once it broke out of this channel, it just clearly broke out. So nice little annotated chart there. TTDZ. We'll have to keep an eye on her, see what she does today. Hey, look at this. We got a caller calling in. Let's take this caller, see what they got to say. Hello, caller. You're live on the air with STT. How you doing today?
Hey, Sumo, it's Big Big.
Hey, Big. What's happening, bud?
Hey, I can't let you sit there all by yourself on that show, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm getting lonely over here. I feel like I'm boring people.
Oh, no, man. You're doing just fine, Hey, I just wanted to clarify. We were breaking down CDXC yesterday, which did a phenomenal run. In fact, it broke above the 200, and it's a pretty good stock to look at. I don't know if you looked at the chart again this morning or not.
Yeah, I mistaken that one for the other one. So let me let's pull it up here. We'll take a quick peek at it. CDXC, right?
That's correct.
Oh yeah, this was a good one yesterday. It hit a high of 77 cents, and that was off of the low of 70 cents. Closed at 75 cents. Notice yesterday's break, it got above the 200-day moving average, which is key. And the last time it broke above that 200-day moving average, it ran all the way up to 83.8 cents. So interesting. If it can get past that 83.8 cents, the next resistance is going to be 98 cents. That was that high back in February. Yeah,
Yeah,
this.
there's also an insider that's been purchasing shares, so it's kind of been driving this up for the last few days. So that's what's driving the excitement behind it right now.
Have you been seeing some Form 4s out?
Yes, yes. There's one been filed 2 days ago. Somebody bought 30,000 shares. One of the insiders, I think it was the CEO at the time.
Okay. Yeah, this one looks good. All the indicators are looking really nice too. The accumulation distribution as well as the RSI both got above the 50-day moving average here, and they're both pointing north. The RSI looks like it's heading up into the power zone. Had a tough time getting into that power zone here the last time it was up here. Let's see if it can't break above that 70 line and shoot up in the power zone. Usually when we see the RSI climb that high, these things tend to break out. You got a crossover on the PPO. That looks really strong. And these blue bars on the histogram are turning up to the bullish side. I'd like to see this PPO get above that 50 MA overlay looking like it wants to here. The slow stow got above the 50 MA overlay, and that's heading up into the power zone. So all these indicators are looking great. Yeah, this.
Right on. Hey, what's your thoughts of the overall markets?
I'll tell you what, I like seeing the liquidity come back in these pennies. I think we're heading into an election season, and I think the markets are going to continue to do well here. And we're off. GYST gapped up. It's over 3 cents. 3-1 by 3-3. Let's pull up the penny scanner. BBDA, 5.6 million in volume, holding strong at 017. VLNX was the one on my scanner. It's up to 15 by 16 cents. Looks like that's going to be a runner today. VLNX, not sure if it's on promotions. AAPT is moving up. 0275 by 029. We got TMGR. I've seen that one on promotions. MJNA, that one's moving up this morning. So a lot of stocks here hitting my scanner, and they're all moving in the right direction here. So let's just keep an eye on this scanner. Big Bake, you got anything on your level 2 that you're looking at that you want to talk about?
I'm watching GTGP taking a pretty hard dip right now. It's looking like it's being loaded up here at the bottom for another run towards the top again.
What's that ticker symbol again?
GTGP.
Oh, yeah, we've had that one on our watch list. That thing has been a beast, man.
Yeah, somebody's loading up at the bottom. Somebody bought 25,000 shares at a low price this morning, right at open.
We had that interview last night with EGCT. Did you get a chance to hear that?
No, I was out for dinner last night, so I didn't get the opportunity to listen in on that. I heard it was a really good show, though. I'm going to listen to it this afternoon when I get some time.
Cool. VLNX. That was the one that was trading pre-market, and I caught it on the scanner with one trade. It's already up to 19.5 by 20 cents. 2.4 million in volume. We caught it at 12 cents pre-market, up almost 80% here. Last traded at 20 cents. VLNX. That's the hot one for today so far. Love catching these things pre-market on the old scanner. GRNE, a 000 stock moving up my scanner. I saw some emails out on it. 0003 by 0004, up 100% on 27 million shares. And that VLNX just broke through 20 cents. 21's up 110% on 4 million shares. VLNX is really rocking here this morning. 23's up. Looks like we're going to go to 30 cents today.
BBDA's running up again this morning. It's up another 10% right now at 0.019.
VLNX up to 25 cents. You know, there's that big promo coming from one of those big sites out there. I'm not going to mention any names. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, but I have a hunch and a sneaky suspicion that this could be their play. I haven't looked in my inbox and any emails or anything, but this thing is just rolling with a lot of volume. We saw it with 50,000 shares pre-market. Now we're up to over 10 million shares in volume. Last trade, ooh, big blocks just went through. A 2 million share block just went off at 25 cents. Yep, this looks like the notorious big guys play out there. We'll see what comes to fruition here. Huge volume coming through now. I just seen a couple 500,000 share blocks print at 25. You watching this one on your level too?
No, like I said, I've been watching BBDA run up. I mean, I can't believe it's still running.
Oh yeah, 0192 up on the offer, up 11%.
I don't think anybody really guessed when it was consolidating at 0.003 that it was going to run all the way up to almost 2 cents a share. That's just insane.
Wow, this VLNX is really ramping up. I love catching these things pre-market. You know, it's pretty much a no-brainer when you see some of these scans. Now this thing's up to over 15 million in volume. We're last traded at 27 cents. It was 12 cents when we caught it pre-market on the scanner. VLNX. Just hit the high a day here. Yeah, I'm not going to chase it at this point. I was trying to get a fill at 24. Couldn't get any. I'm not going to chase it up to 28, even though, who knows, it could end up going to 35 or 40 cents.
It certainly looks thin all the way up there past that 30-cent mark.
Good stuff. Well, at least I get to put a voice with the name Big Bake. Thanks for joining me this morning, man. I'd be high and dry without you.
Not a problem, man. Just wanted to chime in real quick, and you're doing a good job, man.
Cool, good stuff. Well, I'm going to have to handcuff you here. You're going to have to hang around with me for another 15 minutes so we can wrap up the show so I don't go out here and make myself look like a goofball.
I can do that.
Hope you don't have anything important going on.
No, I'm doing the same thing you are. I'm just scanning through, looking at different things at the same time.
Oh, VLNX just hit the 30 mark. It clicked 33. Big blocks going off. We're up to 17.5 million, 17.75 million. It's up 200%, folks. You heard it here on STT first. Pre-market, we catch it on the volume scanner. Nothing slips through our cracks. HIMR back up to 002, up another 25% today on rather light volume in comparison to the volume it's traded the past 2 days. Only 7 million shares traded on HIMR so far. Got BBDA holding at 0198 and 0199. Another nice gainer there. Man, that thing's just been a beast since we had that CEO interview. Wow. VLNX is the dollar volume leader today, no question. Just broke through 20 million shares traded. We're at 29 cents. 29.9 up on the offer. Got VFIN on the offer right now at 29.91.
There's not much more activity across the OTC right now, though.
I'll tell you right now, this VLNX is going to suck the lifeblood out of all these other stocks. It's usually what happens.
It's almost up there at 31 cents.
That's usually what happens when this notorious group that I'm thinking of comes out on a play. Everybody flocks to it, and the volume dries up on some of these other plays that we've seen with big volume. Yep, she's clicking over 30 now. Bids are building above 30 cents. GYST took a big bath here this morning. Down under 2 cents, down 40% now.
And the overall markets are still flat this morning. It's like 3 days in a row where it's been hanging around that $1 or $2 variation on the Dow.
Yeah, Apple's not really doing much. It had such a big run. It's kind of just consolidating after that big run up. Holding above 630. It was as low as 630.50 today. Apple was as high as 633. Currently it's trading at 632.63.
I'm watching Bank of America right now, and it's looking like it might break through that $8 mark. It's been running since that 680 call I made, so it's up almost $1.20. It looks like it's going to continue running up too. I mean, the chart looks nice on it. I need to get into options like you guys are. I've been reading up on and studying and everything else, but I haven't dipped my toe into them yet.
Yeah, I've been having a blast ever since I dipped my toe in them a couple months back. Oh, GYST, they dipped it down to 0177. Now it's back over 2 cents. It's 2 by 0205. Looks like it's going to be a nice bounce play here. AAPT holding up at the high of day here at 029. Ran into resistance yesterday at 3 cents. Yeah, VLNX is definitely, sorry to interrupt you, VLNX definitely the play of the day here today. Still climbing.
As I said, it looks like a huge support just ran in there at 32 cents to really start pushing behind it.
Yeah, we're up to 31 million. I knew it was going down once I seen these big block trades going off. I knew whose play it was. No question. I'm sure people listening know who I'm referring to. MJNA up another 20% today. This thing has been doing very well for us after our CEO interview, around 3 cents. Up almost 100% in the past week after our CEO interview.
Yeah, you guys have been killing it lately. I'll tell you that.
Been having a lot of fun here. It's been a good summer to us, indeed.
I'll tell you, I've been watching statistics on the OTCDV, and it's amazing how this summer compares to last year. I mean, it looks like, complete drought last year compared to this year. It's just a phenomenal amount of money volume that's been pouring into it.
That's awesome. It's really good to see the dollar volume returning back to the OTC. It's even more exciting to see some of these companies coming off a DTC chill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In fact, we had a couple more. Of course, Mike the Pike, and then another one called OTOW was lifted this morning. That's O2 Secure Wireless, so it might be something to watch today also.
Sure. Yeah, anytime you see something like that, because I've seen very few companies myself. I only remember one before Mike the Pike yesterday, and now you say OTOW. So that's only 3 that I've ever seen ever have that happen, where they can get off that DTC chill. That really helps a lot of the online brokerage firms. It opens up the trading, because some of these firms may reject orders if they're not DTC eligible. So definitely opens up some buying opportunities for some of these stocks.
Yeah, I mean, when you open up TDA and all that stuff, and by the way, that's up 50% this morning from triple three. It's at a 3 up to a .0006. So 50% gain right off the bat on open this morning, and volume's pretty nice into it. So it's being received very well that they got their CNS eligibility back. The odd part is it's all being announced publicly by each company as they're gaining it. Typically, when you see a chill, it's usually publicly released by the depository trust company. But yet we haven't seen any notifications coming out publicly saying that the following securities have been resumed for services. So it's an unusual occurrence, because usually you're getting all these public notices to the participants to start allowing trades to go through for new shares and so forth. So it's been looking like a big money maker for some people. Like you're playing IDOI, weren't you?
Exactly. That was the first one that I saw the DTC chill come off, and that thing really turned up. I made a good trade on that, and that was the first one. And now we got Mike the Pike yesterday. You got OTOW, and as a result, all these stocks move up because they're the online firms are accepting orders, and that's where a big amount of retail buying comes in from. Looks like VLNX had some resistance at 33. It's pulling back slightly here. 31.5 cents is up on the bid. They're smacking that a little bit. That GYST pulled back, found support off of 0177. It's back to 0225 with a 100,000 share bidder. And you just had 115,000 shares on the offer with Knight at 023, but he reduced the size down to 15,000.
It looks like BBDA pulling back too. It's down to .017. Still holding gains, so it looks like it might be consolidating a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like it ran into resistance just shy of that 2 cent mark. AAPT holding around its high today. It's 029 by 0295. It's up 7.4% on the day. Yeah, like I was saying though, when these big promo plays pop off like VLNX, everybody tends to flock to it, and it sucks the blood out of the markets. You know, most of these traders, they all congregate, and they're like a cult following to this one specific group that's on VLNX.
Yeah, I'm looking at there's chatter all across every forum about this thing right now. I was hitting a couple boards, and sure enough, it's popping up on a lot of boards.
I'll tell you what's looking strong is AAPT just hit the new high of day here, 0295 by 0299. Yesterday there was key resistance at 3 cents. We break that today, it's off to the races. And GYST is bouncing nicely like I said it was going to there. Once I saw the support show up right under 2 cents, now it's up to 0239, 0239 bid by 024 offer. There's a little resistance here at 2.5 cents. There's 175,000 on the offer at 2.5. Okay, AAPT is pushing at the high here at 3 cents. That was yesterday's resistance. I'm seeing about 215,000 shares on the offer by 4 different market makers. Let's see if they chew through it here. All right, I'm getting ready to wrap things up, Big Bake. What do you think?
I'm looking at getting back to doing some trading.
Sounds good. Well, I'll tell you what, I owe you a big thanks. I really appreciate you helping me out and joining me on this morning's program.
Well, thanks for having me on, man.
Definitely, and you have yourself a good rest of your trading day.
Hey, you too. Thanks a lot, guys.
As always, thanks for tuning in, and be sure to join us again as we wrap up the week tomorrow. STT Live, and we're out.
Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being accurate, and might not be a complete statement or summary of the available data. Stock Traders Talk Radio advises that the investments in companies profiled are commonly considered to be high risk, and use of the information provided is at the investor's sole risk. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio.